I do not know if we have the infrastructure.
How many Trump offices are there in Arizona? You know what I got, Charlie? There's 0.
What did that get us in 22 midterms? Not the Senate.
The 2017 Trump tax laws skewed to the rich. It was expensive, and it failed to deliver on its promises.
Republicans have decided they're running with Trump until the wheels fall off. That's despite his mounting legal and financial woes, the legislative inefficiency his first time around, and of course, the attempted coup before he left office. I think that anyone with a little bit of sense could have told you, hey, he's not going to make the best candidate. And as left-wingers continue to highlight this, even conservatives now are coming out and waving the white flag at the troubles that Trump is causing the efforts to run a legitimate campaign. I wanted to look at a few of these, and let's begin with a couple Charlie Kirk clips where he highlights the inefficiency.
Joe Biden has over 600 full-time staff on the ground within the main states. He has 44 offices in Wisconsin alone. 44. The bad news is I do not know if we have the infrastructure, if we have the troops, the plumbing to translate the public sentiment into election success. I'm not sure of that yet. Public sentiment can only get you so far. What did that get us in 22 midterms? Not the Senate.
And this is absolute surrender from a side just a few months ago who said it was going to be an absolute landslide. Biden has dementia and can't beat anyone. And as soon as his campaign actually starts, the panic alarms are quickly going off because he can actually build off his legislative success and get real fundraising. Use that to open field offices. He's had successful speech after successful speech. I think Republicans were hinging a lot on, oh, Biden's going to come out and embarrass himself in his speeches. And he shut down the State of the Union. He had the correspondence dinner that he's done really good. The January 6th, third year anniversary speech was good. And he's able to really get on the ground and reach voters in a way that Trump cannot because he's siphoning his funds into his legal troubles, his time and his effort into his mounting legal troubles that at the same time are only hurting him optically within his own base.
And I asked a few other people out there in the field, how many Trump offices are there in Arizona? You know what I got, Charlie? There's 0. Right now, and that's not bashing any other people out there, but the lag is true in these states.
And it looks like this in more than just Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan as well. Biden is able to set up infrastructure in these swing states that lead to the kind of electoral success you need to win that Trump is not even attempting or financially just completely unable to do. And, you know, he can always just fall back on, the election was rigged, they were all against me, and his cult will completely buy it and run with that for the next 4 years. So I'm sure that he would rather just pocket all their donations anyway and use it to try to stay out of prison.
I figure I'd quote a few people that are nonpartisan here. The Tax Policy Center declared that the top 1% and 5% benefited the most. The Center on Budget and Policy said the 2017 Trump tax laws skewed to the rich. It was expensive, and it failed to deliver on its promises.
This is Fox News themselves, the head of the right-wing propaganda machine, coming out and saying that Trump's one and only legislative success was actually a failure and a complete handout to his billionaire buddies that was expensive and ineffective. And hey, Fox News said it, not me, MAGA. Get mad at your own side, because that's pretty much the Bible to them. Something that pocketed the top 1% an extra $60,000, all while pocketing the bottom 60% on average, less than $500, all while ballooning our debt and stripping funds from roads, schools, and social safety nets, benefited the rich more than the working class. Who would have ever thought?
In the time of the delay, Russia's military land forces have grown back to where they were before the invasion. The army's 15% larger, and they've reinforced the 20% of Ukrainian territory that they hold. These are all the words of the Supreme Allied Commander himself. Do you feel your party is responsible for those setbacks?
Many of them, yeah. We took too long. This issue was like a family reunion, if you will, with a lot of different points of view being expressed around the table. All the Democrats were for Ukraine. There's no question that the debate was in our family, on our side.
In a time where Russia was really feeling the brunt of Ukrainian forces to a point that it felt like they might have to call off their excursions because it was hard to just justify them to the public, the Republicans then stopped wanting to send aid to Ukraine. And I believe the Russian influence starts with Trump. The buck starts there with them helping him in 2016. A debt is owed. You can't forget that. And you see it represented in the propaganda and misinformation that Marjorie Greene still spreads daily to this day, to where they want to give Russia Ukraine. Trump tries to attack NATO and NATO allies to the point that I could easily see him refusing to invoke Article 5 if Russia took Ukraine and then decided to move into Poland. They would just have a new justification for that. When a party has major chaos among its own ranks, they can't even agree among themselves, especially about sensitive and fragile issues like this one. How can anyone expect them to do what's best for the American people? If you enjoyed this video, we're Social Society. We're a commentary channel influenced by politics, society, and the economy. We are pretty left-leaning on this channel, but we're open to our right-wingers as well. The biggest thing here is having conversations that'll get everyone to the bottom of the truth. If that sounds like something that can interest you, consider smashing that subscribe button, leaving us a like, or even commenting on this video. We even have memberships available as low as $3 if you'd like to support, because the only way we become a society is together.